Hi, you guys. So I'm going to talk to you about my pregnancy journey and then having Luke while I eat me some mustard sardines, some cheese, and some jalapenos and crackers. And if he starts crying, I'm going to pause it. However, finding out I was pregnant, I took 3 pregnancy tests. 3. Because I wanted to make sure. And then I had the worst morning sickness ever. Morning, afternoon, evening. It was horrible. Oh, and I'm putting my mustard sardines on my jalapenos. And don't think it's a pregnancy craving. It's just what I grew up eating. Grew up eating this from my grandfather. And he's came from the Amish. So, if y'all think that's weird, that's okay. It's German, kind of. And Luke was over here like, ooh, that smells gross. Nevertheless, while being pregnant, I had to eat every 2 hours. And if I didn't, I would get nauseous and then vomit. And always at 5 o'clock, it didn't matter what I ate. Always vomited at or after 5 o'clock. And then, after that, kept happening. I went to the doctor and they gave me some medicine. It kind of helped. But on my second trimester, I finally started getting to feel better. Whew, so spicy. Well, and then the third trimester, I started feeling really bad. My blood pressure started going up. And then I got sick. Like I got a cold, which made me feel like I had the flu. Because when you're pregnant, everything is exacerbated. So I went to the ER. And I was having contractions, but it wasn't any contractions that put me into full-term labor. Went to the doctor a couple days later and they said that they wanted to induce me. And it didn't feel good. I did not want my birth plan to be like that. I wanted to have full-term, go into labor at home at like 3 a.m. That didn't happen. But I went in November the 25th. Went and got induced. Had 24 hours of labor. At 2 centimeters, my water broke. And that's when the contractions got really bad, really intense. So, at 1 and 2 centimeters, went smoothly. Felt like light period cramps. And then after my water broke, it felt like every minute I had contractions for like 2 minutes. And then at that point, I changed my mind and said, nope, I can't do this all natural. I need some rest. So I got the epidural. So I went into the hospital November the 25th at around 3-4 o'clock. And then the next day around 2 or 3, started pushing them out. Took 3 hours to push them out because I didn't know how to push properly. Well, next thing you know, pop out a healthy 8-pound baby with no issues. I didn't have any issues except for a minor tear. With that being said, with him smiling and making all sorts of noises, I don't want to do it again. I don't want another baby. Unless the Lord says to have another baby. With that being said, going from eating every 2 hours while being pregnant for the last 9 months, going from 155 to 200 pounds, to postpartum, almost 6 weeks. Coming up Monday, it'll be 6 weeks. Being 163 now. I'm having trouble keeping food in my system since I'm breastfeeding. So if y'all have any suggestions on how I can, because it feels like I'm forcing myself to eat because I don't feel like eating, but to feed my son, I have to feed myself, and I'm so tired. That's the problem. I'm so tired, I don't feel like eating. Oh, that's okay. Anywho, I could probably go in more in depth of all the pregnancy issues. But for now, it's just a summary. While I eat my sardines and jalapenos, cheese, and cracker to try and get more protein in. With that being said, when I first had him for the first week, it was very challenging. Very challenging to get him latched because I wasn't producing milk, only, a little bit of colostrum. And then a week passes by, and I have tons of milk, both boobies, 5 ounces each, every time I pumped. And then 2 weeks go by, and it's only 4 ounces, 3 in one boob and 1 ounce in the other. And I started freaking out, and I was like, is it because of what I'm eating? But then I did research, and it was because my boobies were regulating for how much he needed. And then at 3 weeks, my husband bought a new car. Within 30 minutes, a drunk driver hits us. Me, my son, and my husband. We were going 70 miles an hour. And somebody pulls out in front of us, drunk. A 64-year-old lady. Then she tries to drive off. Thankfully, all of us were okay. I feel like I got the worst of it. But the car seat, God bless that car seat. And blessed us. Because it saved him. It did its job. But if y'all want to hear more details about my pregnancy or postpartum or the car wreck, just let me know.